Alright, boys. So, the stream is gonna be pretty lit. As you can see, we're gonna be reacting to Mr. Sakurai presenting the new Smash Bros. Character. I was supposed to have one of my good pals, Chris, in here, but he isn't here yet. He's probably asleep. Just tell him, here, I'll say, I don't know. What should I tell him? What should I tell him? He's not in the chat, or he's not in the call. He's not awake. He's definitely at least set an alarm for 9, so. Anyways, I know it's been a while since I last streamed. Just gonna get in the VC so I can hear you live. Oh, you want me? Okay, I'll hop in the VC. There you go. Pokemon, Undertale, or another, I forgot. So in the last Smash Brothers announcement that they had, they released Terry Bogard, who is actually one of my favorite characters. I believe they also released the Sand skin. What else? What else do I have to think about? Oh yeah, you see how he's like doing his little dab thing in that picture of him right there? It got Crusader. Many people are hypothesizing based on his 3 fingers who the character will be. It's probably a 90% chance. I'll give it a 75% chance that it's gonna be Dante from Devil May Cry 3, which is coming out. And the reason I say that is because of like one of the creators of Devil May Cry, he was like, an important date to look out for was January 16th, today, and for an announcement for Devil May Cry 3, as well as him making the statement that the Devil May Cry series must come to Switch for Devil May Cry character to appear, and it's now on Switch. So it's pretty good chances that it's Dante or some other character from that series. I don't know much about it. All I just know is that he has a sword and a gun, and he's dummy crazy in whatever fighting game that I saw him in. But yeah, here's hopes for another high tier character. I would be playing Smash Bros right now. However, I do have the issue that I forgot my Elgato at my dorm, which I will be going back to my dorm 2 days. Yeah. It's 10:50. Yeah. Well, it's 6 a.m. PST for their air date. It's almost 9 a.m. for me. So, time zones are fun. But yeah, good chances as a character from Devil May Cry. But I still have my heart set out on it being Master Chief. I've been saying it's gonna be Master Chief for ever since they dropped the DLC. And like in my last reaction to whatever the announcement or the game, or what was it, E3? Yeah, I think it was E3 that I did my first like reaction kind of video, and I said that it was gonna be Master Chief, and there was no Master Chief, but I was like, those slide dogs are gonna hold it for last. Hold the hypest character for last. It's gonna be. I really have a feeling in my jimmies that it's gonna be Master Chief, Crash Bandicoot. I have a random heart set out for Spyro. I think that would be an interesting moveset. this Devil May Cry character, not necessarily because I want him, but because it's guaranteed and I like my odds in putting my bet on that. And yeah. For now, we're just kind of jamming out to the Mogul Moves playlist. Not sponsored by Ludwig at all, but I've been watching a lot of him recently. The Mans is quite funny, gotta say. I recommend him. But yeah, how's everybody doing on this fine morning? I almost didn't wake up for this either, and I'm surprised that Chris was actually willing to wake up this early. But yeah, I'm enjoying the time of my life right now. You know, I've just been sitting at home. Yeah, just sitting at home, doing a lot of paperwork kind of stuff. So I haven't really been able to do much. I've been wanting to stream, but I haven't. Oh, that's not good. I hope you feel better. I wouldn't want you in a hospital. Well, I would if you're not feeling good. But yeah. Oh, the Impossible Obby and Roblox from that last Roblox stream that I did, I assume. Why wait for the Smash Bros. Person? I would just go watch some Calyxo vids, but I'm good. Just so you know, he should be starting in like 5 minutes. He should be starting in 5 minutes or so. It's a shame. Chris is gonna miss it. He was gonna be my hype man because I can't. I've been waking up at like 3. Yeah, 3-ish. Hold up. Let me just quickly ask Cameron if he's on. If Cameron's on, he'll no doubt. I don't think he's on. Cameron. I sent him a message. Maybe he'll come. But I do not know where Chris is. We were supposed to actually, the plan was to start streaming at 8, playing Smash Bros, watch the presentation. No doubt the character is going to drop immediately afterwards, so we were going to test out the character afterwards too. But since I don't have my Elgato, it's a little hard to do that. Maybe Danny wants in on this stream. If so, join the voice chat. There you go. Danny might join. But yeah. Are my audio levels good? I hope they're good. You don't have to worry, I'm gonna turn off the music and everything once the presentation starts. Mr. Sakurai presenting. You know, this could be the final Smash announcement, but they didn't announce it as that. So. Chunky Chunks, check the group called Chocolate Flame. Chocolate Flame. What's Chocolate Flame? So, here's my prediction on how this is gonna go down. Sakurai is gonna rip the band-aid off. They're immediately gonna announce the character. They're gonna do whatever the trailer is, or they're just gonna say what the character is. Most likely it's gonna be a little funny 1 to 2 minute trailer. Everybody's gonna be surprised. Oh my god, Dante's in Smash. And then Sakurai's gonna go into his moveset and everything, which would be cool. In Roblox, they said when they release the possible obby, they will give everyone one free skip on the impossible obby. You see, the thing about the one free skip is you have to use it for the last obstacle. And the reason why is because all of the ones before it are dummy hard. I'm on Indigo, I think. It's a dummy hard level, and I can't seem to get past it. There's the first section of it where it's like a little maze where you don't touch the walls. That's fine. Then you have to do a strafe jump around and not touch the roof or the walls, which that's really difficult to do. And then there's more after that. And I've only gotten to that more part once out of the 200 attempts that I've tried on it. And it just hasn't worked. Hasn't worked for me. The last obstacle is definitely going to be the hardest one, which is why you're going to want to save that skip for that level. Start in about 2 minutes. Hold up, what's the clock say? Start in 1 minute, actually. I haven't played too much of Roblox recently, besides like a few things. I've actually been getting into like Payday a little bit, because I think that's kind of fun to do. I think I might stream that with my boy Ray, and maybe some others. Payday's definitely a fun game. Let me make sure that my computer's plugged in, because it doesn't seem to be charging. There we go. You have Payday 2? Yeah. I bought the DLC for it recently. I wasn't gonna be playing anytime soon. The free DLC. No, I got the $20 DLC or whatever it is that has like a shite ton of DLC with it. But yeah, the stream's gonna start any minute, any second now actually. I got a message. I would, but I got class in 30 minutes. Well, you can hop in for the first half. Here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai.
There he is, that's my boy.
Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited.
That's my boy.
We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our
No
next
pre-announcement.
DLC fighter. Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide.
That's hot.
The
Keeping a
development team
secret.
and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy, which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast.
Wow.
So it won't be available.
We need
right
more
away.
time for the.
Please
It's not
understand it will
available
take
right
a little
away.
time.
Okay.
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, "Wow, really?"
It's Master Chief.
So let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information. However, even if you say, "That's not the character I was picturing," I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
It's Master
We've
Chief.
prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do
Unless if I
this.
can't, because I'm not a true gamer. Here we go. Doomslayer. Is this Fire Emblem? No fucking way. They fucking added another Fire Emblem character. I'm fucking done with this game. I'm stupid. This is dummy stupid.
Finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zahara.
Everybody's pissed.
Our enemies.
Everybody's pissed right now. Another sword character. Is this dummy stupid? Is it the You know, I was having a conversation
What
with one of
were
my
you
friends,
thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap?
and if it's the
As you and I are
main
one,
character
I too am trapped
that's
within this
lame,
void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared
this
to
character
die?
better have a good gimmick. Better have a good gimmick.
I thought as much.
I love how I
also
was
do not
right away
wish to
pissed
die.
off.
And yet,
It's alright. Fire
There is no
Emblem's
other
a
choice.
good game, I guess.
you must join Smash.
You must smash me. Flawly?
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
Honestly, a lot of people kind of expected this. You know, the funny thing is that they had the three finger thing. This is Fire Emblem Three Fates, or Three Houses, or whatever.
Consumes even the darkness itself.
He's got a hot sword though. I'm an Eligard person myself though. It's got a whip. Oh, that was fire. That was hot. Tether recovery, I would guess. Yeah, throwing all the sword characters at him.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there?
Yep.
And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Now it's a female. Woohoo.
So that is how you plan to win the day?
With titties.
So
Got
be
'em.
it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Oh. Sacred
How
weapons.
is this?
Interesting. Is this a gimmick? Is this a gimmick? Oh, it's an Echo Fighter too! That's good. That's hot. Unless if it's not, and it's just a skin.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics. With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach. Use Amir's overwhelming power. Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught.
Ooh.
Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Interesting.
Your will and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed.
Okay.
Through Smash, show the world.
So is it an Echo Fighter or not? Is it a skin or an Echo Fighter? That's what intrigues me. I think it would be lit. I think it would be lit if it's an Echo Fighter. But what you doing?
Yes,
Oh.
there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle. Fire Emblem Three Houses
Female.
was released just last
Female
summer,
is where it's
so
at.
still very
She got
new.
big titties.
Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Tiggle bitties.
This release is planned for
Yo,
January 28th.
look at them
You'll have
legs.
instant access to
28th.
the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate
That's,
Fighters Pass, and it will also be available
couple
for
weeks.
purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem?
I think we all know what Fire Emblem is. Thank you.
It's really hard to
Mostly
pronounce
because of all of the
The producer said it's okay if
all
I
the
just
Fire
say
Emblem characters in
Emblem.
Smash.
But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful.
Emblem.
The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990.
Good history
You could
on
say it was a
on it.
pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games.
Smash
You might
went
be wondering
from
what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's
the
tactical in that it
the
simulates
Fire
combat.
Emblem characters having no
You can
notice
think of it as moving
or
pieces in a board game. Or in
Yeah,
other words,
yeah, and
a
then they're
game in
now
which you advance units
invading
across
the
a grid
game.
and battle. When we talk about tactical games of that era, there were lots
I'm gonna
of
fact
ones in
check
which
this.
you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games.
There's 6 currently.
Plus, something
So
that
now
would
there's
stand out
7.
from other Nintendo products.
God damn.
Characters could permanently die.
Die in the game, you die in
It's
real
pretty
life.
direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes.
Sleeping with the fishes.
But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
Which is pretty lit.
Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak.
Pussy out
In
of
the
it.
older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary.
Got him. That's how you're supposed to play the
The
game.
game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special.
Oh, this
There's
guy.
actually a reason for this.
This
When
guy
I was
doesn't have a
considering how to
counter?
incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super
Or
Smash
do they
Bros.
have a
Melee,
counter?
I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original
Do
game.
all the Fire Emblem characters
First
have a
comes your
counter?
opponent's
No,
turn.
Robin
They
does
attack
not.
and you counter. Next comes your turn.
Which is why all the Fire Emblem
Now,
characters are
Fire Emblem Three
cancerous.
Houses
Because
is
of their
the
fucking
17th
counter.
game in the series. People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge.
Oh boy.
I'll give it a try.
暗黒竜と光の剣、外伝紋章の謎、聖戦の系譜、トラキア776、封印の
That's Roy.
剣、聖魔の功績、
I
月
don't. Ike.
の女神、新暗黒竜新紋章、覚醒
Martha again.
ヒーローズエコーズ
That's a lot of.
There you
That's a
go,
lot of.
17.
He really went through that fast. Okay.
変な数え方してます
So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
つまりこれが全部
This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So
I know
you start with
binary.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17.
Yes.
Awesome, isn't it?
Wow. You don't. You mean
You can
3
actually
houses?
count up to 31 on one hand.
それで
And if you use both hands,
Mans
you
was
count all
actually
the way up
using
to
his fingers as a
1023.
secret, but people were just thinking that it was Fire Emblem 3 houses because of the
If you've
3
given up counting
and not
once
the
in a tatami
17.
mat, you could always give it a go.
You really,
is
he
Fire
really
Emblem
tried
Three
to hide it.
Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto and the female version is called Beresu, but in English they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which
I
your
just
former
realized
allies become enemies,
the,
turn hostile, and try to kill you.
The like to dislike ratio, 11k
To
dislikes.
understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played
People
an
got
early
mad.
version of the game before its release.
12k dislikes.
これは
I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example.
It's alright. I'll take a new character over no new
Because I couldn't
character.
wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never
It's just
made
now
it
I
in
gotta
time.
deal with another Fire Emblem
For that
character.
title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas.
My
solved
brother
the ending,
yesterday
and
was
realized
like,
for
"What
the
if it's a
first time,
Fire Emblem character?"
I guess
That
we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
設定することはできないなと初めて分かったりするんです今回も同じような
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it.
それを
I
And
mean,
of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference.
何しろ
at least Big Titty Girl is in the game.
いくつかのルート
The game has multiple routes, and the outcome of each is very different.
となるんですねなので
Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story.
今回は
I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release.
Oh.
Right now, it's actually November.
Jeez.
Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special
not gonna differ
in-game
too
camera
much.
and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Okay. Challenger Pack 5. Byleth.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth.
Cool. I like the sword. Look at her legs,
Sadly,
though.
they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them.
Oof.
Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon.
Uh-oh.
The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
That forward tilt's pretty far.
They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves.
Depending on how much
For
lag
their up smash attack,
the moves have,
they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies
doesn't
in
kill.
the air.
That does not kill.
For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword.
That's an anti-air. That's a mad good anti-air.
The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time.
Oh yeah.
The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
So... Oh, it
It
spikes.
was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
Ooh, that's hot. That's
you can do
hot.
awful things like this.
That is hot.
That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
It's the percentage, Sakurai.
Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges.
Tether
That's the up
recovery.
special. Now, for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology.
I don't know if they're gonna be a high tier,
First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long
but they're
range,
definitely a heavy hitter.
like so. Marth's air
You need
attack
good
keeps
spacing.
opponents in check too, right?
Yeah, he's got a bigger range
If
than
Byleth
Marth.
does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it.
Yeah.
Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
Ooh. Ooh. That covers
Also,
a lot
if
of
you add an upward
options.
tilt, it will be stronger.
Ooh. Okay.
And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
Okay, that makes sense.
By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful.
Tipper
The
mechanics.
shaft part is weaker.
Yeah. The
so
ladies
it's
love
not
the
suited
tip.
to close combat.
Yeah,
It
no,
won't
this
deal
is a
much damage,
this
but
is
it
a
won't launch
distance
opponents
character.
far.
You want to space people out. It's like Marth.
That's why, as a rule,
Heavy Marth.
you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward. Or downward in this case. Next, the side special move.
By the way, this stage they're on is not tournament legal.
Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach.
Side
For
B.
example, even when your opponent is
Yeah.
at this distance, it'll still hit.
Ooh. Knocks back pretty good. Decent damage.
Actually, you can do a smash
Reactable.
attack to charge forward a little. Like
Ooh.
this. But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be
Yeah.
careful.
Very reactable.
Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area.
That covers a
Returning
lot of
to the side
options.
air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land.
Understandable heavy hit.
Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth
Ooh.
will use an axe called Emir.
It's like
It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong.
yeah. And
You
disjointed.
try for a meteor effect with this attack.
Okay.
Next is the down smash attack.
That is
Swing
slow.
the axe back and forth.
That is
As you
slow.
can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
Yeah, but it's slow.
And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a
That's a
devastating
Falcon
strike.
Punch. That is
It's
like a
bold
Falcon
move,
Punch.
similar to the Falcon Punch. But here's
Oh my
what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Don't hate this game. This
which
game's...
allows you to withstand an attack.
Oh, it's got super armor.
Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
You'll win it. Yeah.
it plays out like this.
What about a Ganondorf punch?
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed.
Got him. Get pranked.
Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms.
What?
While you're charging up, you can breeze past
Oh.
platforms like this to reach a lower area. It
That
won't
can be
let you
good
jump,
for-
but you could use it as a surprise attack.
That could be good for surprises, yeah.
Also, you can turn around during the move.
Ooh!
The swing takes a while. So if
Yeah.
your opponent runs behind you during the move,
That's
you can
hot.
quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move,
Not top tier. Definitely
it
not.
can be really effective
But-
when used against a group of opponents. Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little. It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them.
Interesting.
By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
Yep.
It hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter.
So,
Next, we have
mid
the
to
neutral.
low tier.
The
That's
bow you
what I'm
use
getting.
is called Failnaught, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around.
Wait, did it do
It's also easy to
20%?
create certain combos with it.
Certain combos.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It
Kinda
seems
like
pretty
Link.
straightforward,
Whoa.
right?
If you hold it
But
down all
there
the
are a
way,
few
it
noteworthy
crits.
aspects to this bow. First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed.
Okay.
It's also very powerful.
So you have to
That
commit to
said,
the arrow.
You can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash
Ooh!
a
Ooh!
powerful arrow that looks like a beam of
Ooh.
light.
That's
You
fresh.
can perform this move by keeping the button held down.
That's
You
fresh.
charge up power like so. Charge a bit more, and then fire.
30%.
But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words,
That's
you're
a good
committed
kill
to fighting
move.
it.
You get someone
So you
off
see,
stage and then you
situation
snipe
like
them?
this is pretty terrible.
That looks like it hurt. Wait, is there 2 stages?
Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything.
Are they
Which
coming out
means
with
it's
2
quite a risky
stages?
attack to use against fighters who have
I just
moves
realized
that
this is a
deflect
different
But
stage.
you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range
Oh,
move,
it could be a changing stage.
letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So, you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon.
Yeah.
Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a
That's a
move called
mouthful.
Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
This guy. I mean, final smashes are cool and all, but
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
ソティスが誰であるのか何なのかというのは
Rushdown characters destroy this character. I'm already thinking up the
Now,
counterplay.
let's talk about the color variations.
Oh my
It's
god,
set
her
up so that
legs.
The default and odd numbered color variations are male, while the even numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see,
Woo!
reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring
Gotta
to.
love them legs. I'm a leg guy. I like
The
legs.
sixth color is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story.
Yeah.
Didn't we see this variation in the final Smash?
Ooh.
これは原作でもということで
Yes.
次にステージの
Next, I'll introduce the stage.
ステージは
It's
For
gotta
this
be a
one, we of
transforming
course tried to
stage.
recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery.
動員を作ってみました原作における
This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage.
Just in a line.
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four.
Hazards off. What's it look like?
Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas.
All of them are walk-offs, I think.
The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original
give
game,
items?
these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see.
Oh.
If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area and
That
fire
could be a
through
meme.
houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform.
It's a
Just
cool
when it
platform.
seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down. We've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall
Waifus.
are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles.
Those are my girls right
Take
there.
note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adrestian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might.
Embrace your military might on
Edelgard is
me.
one of the characters who is central to the conflict.
Yes.
Depending on
But
the
he
path
won't
you take,
spoil
she'll go
anything.
through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage.
Do they fall?
It's possible to knock them down.
Whoa, it's like that Little Mac stage.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage.
That's hot.
You can reach it with other fighters, though.
So be Kirby and just chill up there.
So,
Gotcha.
it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we
Oh,
go. I
that's
made
funny.
it. And you can knock it down.
One hit.
Also, you can break this table. Like so.
You could also break this table.
Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle
Break
stage,
this table.
it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
Very wide. It's a bridge after
It's
all.
similar to the bridge of Elden stage.
Only it's a transforming
the guests are from the
stage.
Golden Deer,
So it's even
Claude,
less tournament
Hilda,
legal.
and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance.
But his name is Claude.
Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch.
Is he?
Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the fourth title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You
It's
can expect
really
plenty of
wide.
blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen.
Got him.
You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
Basically, a lot of the attacks are reactable. That's what I'm getting from the character. Pancake Kirby
The
beats
last
it.
area is the cathedral,
That's all I say.
only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing
Oh!
in the cathedral are Seta, Flane, and Rhea.
Thick
There's
mama.
Seta, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flane. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses. All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may
If
be a
walk-offs
place
were
where some
tournament
intense
legal, this
battles will
stage might be
waged.
alright.
It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes.
Let's see it.
Okay, today
Versus
we'll have a tag
Joker.
team battle in
Oh,
Squad
tag
Strike
team.
with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
That's
That'll
funny.
give us precisely 5 players per side.
The funny thing is they
Alright,
can't
here we
even
go,
put every
Joker.
Fire Emblem character on the Fire Emblem team.
Joker!
Yeah, nobody likes Joker.
And Hero!
Oh.
Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the professor here. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad.
He's getting destroyed.
Shenanigans.
He's getting destroyed.
I
Wouldn't
better
it be
keep my
embarrassing
distance.
if he lost? Oh.
I'll use this chance to attack.
It's not a level 9, I'll say that.
That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch. He perfect shielded that, huh?
Yeah.
Good one. If I
Okay.
do this, or like so.
That moment when
No idea.
Sakurai's having
There,
trouble
the Sakura
against
commanded.
a few, I don't know, those are like level 6s, I'd say.
Good. There's Mom.
That's
You're in a
Mom.
good spot, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Ah, I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not. I feel like the enemy might get this smash ball. See? They got
Oh.
it.
Don't die.
But I mustn't give up.
Oh! That shield
Can't waste this
breaks.
chance.
That was fresh.
There's another smash ball. Yes, got it.
They'd totally redo this
Now.
whole thing if
What are you
Sakurai
trying to do?
lost. I have that feeling. That's just my mood.
There's still more. Whack. Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine.
Oh,
Although
God.
I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit
It's
him.
not gonna counter, he's too low of a level.
I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
Okay. Oh, songs.
Now, about the additional music. Since
More
it's from
Fire
the
Emblem
series,
songs.
we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added. This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English.
Why are they starred?
I hope you'll enjoy these as well.
Oh, new arrangement.
We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters. Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new classic mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Something amusing happens.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
I'm intrigued by the interesting things. Sans Undertale? Extra Mii Fighters. Assassin's Creed, that's hot. It looks like Assassin's Creed. That's Altair. No! 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 I wanted this game to not have rabbits. Mega Man outfits are always hot. Nobody cares about Mii Fighter costumes, but I enjoy looking at them. Megaman.exe. Cuphead, no way. Oh, that's good. Wow, that's a real outfit. Is it a gunner or a brawler, or it's a gunner. That makes sense. Honestly, I might get that. I might get the yeah, I might get Cuphead. Like how I got Sans. Cuphead comes with a music arrangement. Okay, I'm definitely getting Cuphead. That's that's it. That moment when I'm more excited about the Cuphead Mii Fighter costume than the character.
We're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added.
Just one
it's
song.
Called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation.
Eh.
I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii Fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the amiibo.
Woo!
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Dark Samus one is
and
hot.
Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
They already updated it for their they already updated the game for that. They're just announcing their release.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The
Yep.
lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth.
Now is where he'd announced that they're gonna do another one or not. So
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Bust a wolf. Yo, Byleth is totally a 2v2 character.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line.
What?
I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but
1 or
well,
2.
have a look.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Master Chief still has a chance. 5 more! Ah, yes! 6 more to compensate for Piranha Plant
Looks like
being
there'll
6.
be one more fighter than last time.
Well, looks like
For
I
this
have to
reason,
buy
we will be
something.
releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will
Volume
be
2.
available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out.
I'm buying that. I'm
And
buying
now
the
that it's
shit out of
official,
that.
We intend to move ahead with development. Of course.
Are we
like
announcing
last time,
anyone?
The contents will remain unknown for now.
Oh,
I'm
you
personally
bitch.
very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2. and the
Master
details
Chief
have
still
yet
has
to
a
be
chance,
revealed.
boys. Number 11, that's
Like
who
last
he
time,
is.
I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it.
Nah, it's hype.
Furthermore,
It's
the new
hype.
additions have already been decided. Even
They've
if I
been
received
decided.
many requests regarding potential candidates on
They've
Twitter,
been
I'm afraid it would
decided.
be very hard to consider them.
Master Chief has been decided.
But I still hope you'll look forward to it.
I am so happy about that.
We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Sans 2. Papyrus. Ew.
It's a
Oh.
Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter. the
Interesting.
ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I mean,
This will not
it's
be for
cool,
sale
but that's not the
individually,
reason
so
why
it
I'm
can only
buying
be
it.
acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
It's hype. That's hype. Gotta say.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game in the world.
Whoa.
Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game.
'Cause it's
but
a
I
party
guess
game.
It's seen as a fighting game
Yeah.
around the world.
Is it a fighting game?
Seems
He's
like
disappointed
Street
that
Fighter
it's
2
a
was in the
fighting
lead
game.
for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales.
Yeah, you deserve it, Daddy Sakurai.
However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade
he's being
versions
humble.
and the 25 ports to other
Humble man.
systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel
It's more
like
than a
become
fighting
more than
game.
a fighting game. Some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
Definitely.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
Listen, I can forgive him for adding a Fire Emblem character since he's adding 6 new characters.
The first Fighters
Afterwards,
Pass just
so.
wrapped up.
But the second
but
one's
it was
just
decided
begun.
that there will be more DLC. Which means, no breaks for me.
Yep.
I plan to keep
Sorry.
working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us.
Waluigi supporters, he's still got a
That's it.
chance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy Sakurai. We appreciate you. Anything else? Nope. Alright. Well, I guess it's time for me to end this stream. Just wow. Very, very, very hype. Mostly the end. Mostly the end was hype. I gotta say, disappointed in Fire Emblem character, but I can forgive him for adding 6 new fighters. Daddy Sakurai always gives him the good stuff. Anyways, hope you all liked it. Next time I stream, it's gonna be a game. It's not a reaction or anything like that. Probably gonna be Roblox because I promised it. Unless I do something by the end of this week, maybe I'll stream again. I don't know. Anyways, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next stream, my fellas. my poggers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, goodbye.